Okay. Hi, Lexo. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good holiday, too. Fiani, welcome. User 4217, welcome. All right, I'm going to give it one more minute, and then I'll get started with Sagittarius for the month of January. Some action steps. Capricorn was really good. You've been learning how to fill your cup. And now it's about keeping those tools in your back pocket. I already saged. I just want to make sure it's out. I already saged, cleared the energy. Because we're going to focus on Sagittarius, we want to make sure we're getting Sagittarius the best possible action steps for Sagittarius. Welcome, Henry. Welcome. All right, what should I start with? Ooh, it's getting windy out there. I can't even complain. Here it's been, it's supposed to be the middle of winter. We've had almost zero snow, and it's been cold, a little windy, but really, I can't complain. Like, I used to live in Ontario, and let me tell you, it was some crazy snow. Now there's not very much snow, which sucks for if you want to go tobogganing and stuff, but I mean, for being able to get out and do stuff, it's pretty good for me, especially because I'm a wuss. I wasn't made for the cold weather. I was supposed to be a tropical baby. Welcome, Ben. What do we got here? This one was the self-care one I started with. For my Sagittarius. There is no satisfaction that can compare with looking back across the years and finding you've grown in self-control, judgment, generosity, and unselfishness. And that's Ella Wheeler Wilcox. Make a mental map of your path through life, from infancy through today. How far have you come? How far you have come. Celebrate. You're here. You made it here to this day, which means to this point you have overcome every single obstacle you have faced. Did you walk through it gracefully? Maybe sometimes you had to crawl through the mud to get there, but every single struggle, every single thing you have overcome, you've survived, you have mastered, which is why you're here today. So take all of the good, the bad, the ugly, and understand that you, and only you, have showed up and have overcome and have learned all of these ways. You've grown, you've become more patient, you've become less judgmental of yourself and others. You're getting there, slowly but surely. Welcome, Olin and IA. Welcome, Dan and Zeke and Code 44. Welcome, Junior. Welcome, DJ and Marie. Welcome. Okay, can I have a gratitude for my Sagittariuses? Something to focus on for the month of January. Bridge pie? Is that how you say that? Welcome. New tech. Welcome. If you feel burnout setting in and you feel demoralized and exhausted, it is best for the sake of everyone to withdraw and restore yourself. That's by the Dalai Lama. Walk to your favorite coffee shop for an afternoon pick-me-up, or brew a cup of tea as you take a few minutes to reflect and recharge. It's so funny, because I was just talking about that when I was here for Sagittarius. Hold on, give me one sec. I'm just going to get one of them, because it keeps coming up the tea. So I'm going to show you. These are my teas that I make. This one's the apple cinnamon tea. Yeah, apple cinnamon. But I have my gratitude tea, my helping hand. I have my nighttime, the sleepy time. And actually creating the teas was what helped me calm my nervous system. I love being creative. TPR, welcome. It's Creature, welcome. Ahmed and Fatima, welcome. Sasa, welcome. So, learning how to take that little walk. Do something to recharge yourself. And the only reason I brought my tea over to show you is because each one comes with a little ritual. I'm in the middle of making them right now, actually. It's so funny. I'm making these ones too, but they come, I'm just going to show you, but it's a small little ritual. It comes with each tea, and it comes with this little magnet that goes on your fridge, but something to help you understand to be present. And I'm only showing you this because you don't want to get stuck in the things or think, I'm tired, because you've already overcome these things. And yes, we get tired, and I understand that very well. But learning little ways to recharge yourself, to fill your cup, is, that's what Capricorn was doing. They're actually learning the tools and coming back to it. But you're celebrating where you've already came, right? So you're learning how to make a map of all those things that you've overcome and celebrate yourself along the way, because that's the most important thing we can do. Welcome, Kathleen and WCT9J. Welcome. Which one do I want to do next? I'll do the creativity one. I'm kind of doing these ones out of order, but that's what I'm called to do. Can I just have... Is that the one? Yes, no, 3. I'll take them. We got truth, cancel, and intuition. Yeah. You're not... So, I'm going to give it simply, intuitively, as I'm seeing it. We are not going to allow ourselves to get stuck in the past, okay? The idea is the past, we've already overcome it, right? You see that you've already overcome it. You're here, and if you're able to come and watch this video, you very much know you're here, you've overcome, and you've mastered all of the things that you went through. Welcome, Val, Sarah, and It Ran. Welcome, and Bosco. So, intuition. Also, angel number 55. Go look it up. That's transformation, clarity, change. Great numbers. Look at this. Beautiful. I still have yet to be a professional at this. My mind goes too crazy, so don't judge yourself. If you're trying to meditate and you're not getting really good at it, start really slow. Start with a minute. Start with 2 minutes. Be intentional. Give yourself 3 minutes. Should I entertain Ben romantically? That's up to you. I don't know. If you're questioning whether you should or you shouldn't, I'm going to tell you my own intuition. I was just telling you that. If it's not an absolute yes, it should be a no. Period. If you're worrying about it or you don't know, then learn a little bit more. Don't look so much everything romantically, and think of it more like maybe getting to know them as a friend, or learning, because everyone rushes the romantic, and then you can't even be friends because it ends hideously, and there's all these problems, and because we're not seeing the signs. So I'm never gonna be someone who's like, yeah, go rush and be with someone romantically. Like, I'm not saying don't be romantic. I'm not saying don't fall in love. I want everybody to have that. But if you have to question it, or really, like, if you're really questioning it or you're unsure, that's it. Unsure is always the answer. If it's not an absolute yes, it's a no. Or more information is needed. Actually, I saw these cards in my head, so give me 1 sec. This is just for you, because if it comes out, I got 2. Don't let pride get in your way. So think about that. Don't worry about that. And then a new romantic cycle begins. So I'm not going to tell you yes, but if you want a new romantic cycle to begin, really think about it. Don't be prideful. Think about it, and make sure you're asking the right questions. Make sure you're learning the best you can. What they want out of life and what you want out of life, and make sure that's going to align. Don't put yourself in a romantic situation giving away your golden elixir, all of your creativity and your love and your joy and all of those things. Don't be giving that away to somebody that maybe doesn't yet deserve it. So welcome, Kimmy and the Raw Truth and Ashley. That's just my opinion, Bosco, and I mean that with the utmost love and respect, but just check yourself, ask the right questions, go slow. There's never a rush, you got all the time in the world, and when you make that time to make sure it's the right connection, it's going to be that much more worth it. So, good. I really hope it helps. And then use your intuition. Look at that. Use your intuition. Allow the limitless power of your unconscious mind to answer your problem by using symbols, memories, and hunches. And that also goes with angel number 55. That's clarity, first of all, transformation. Those are how things start changing, right? Now, for my Sagittariuses, you guys are intuition. Guess what? Your counsel, which is angel number 22, which is also a master number, and that's balance and duality. It's wonderful. Welcome, Wood and Alyssa. Seek out the counsel of those whose lives and creative work you most admire, right? Start looking into things. Look at the people that you admire, you look up to, their abilities, like if it's artists. For me, one of them is Izzy Ivy, the makers of these cards. Just absolute beautiful, the artwork, the creativity. I absolutely admire that, right? So I love looking to that one for advice, and I pull it up, and the creator, learning more about them. What would they do? What do they love to do? It's not about being like them, but it helps give you ideas on ways that you can move forward. And then truth. An honest desire to know and speak the truth produces beneficial results. Oh, that's the cute. It's a cat too. Oh, my daughter would just love that. Thank you so much. That's sweet. And then angel number 21, which goes to 3, which is alignment, right? We're coming to that centered space. And that's where we're going to find our truth, is in that centered space. Not in survival, not in any of those other things. Right down that center. That's our space, right? So what I'm getting so far, I'm not even halfway done. But the Sagittarius, what you got going on is you're finding your center. You're understanding your center, but you're also not looking to the past. And anything that you're looking to the past is a celebration. I've overcome it. I've done so well. I've survived it. I've moved through it. The only time you're ever going to check back in the past is, what's the best way to put it? So if you're trying to process something, if you're finding this resentment or this little bit of anger, or, when I talk about my fire and flow content, peeling back the layers, understanding, why would something like this make me mad? I don't understand why that would make me so upset. Because there's something maybe from your past that is kind of programmed there that you didn't really know. So as you peel back the layers, every once in a while you'd be like, oh, maybe there was that one time in grade that whole time. But then you're allowed to let it go. So the idea is what you're doing is you're looking, the only thing you're taking from the past is the lessons, all of the good things. And if there's anything you have to look back in the past, it's for a short time. And it's just so you can understand how or why it came to be, so you can move forward. But you're celebrating it because you know that you already made it through. And when you start to feel burnout or not feeling too great about yourself, you're going to go for a walk. You're going to get a cup of tea. You're going to do something great. Something small, something that says, nope, I deserve this. I've already made it to this point, and I deserve this little win, this little moment. And there's nothing wrong with that. Which on the creativity one, we want to collaborate. We want to use our intuition. And the only way to do that is to get centered, come to alignment, and check in with ourselves. Listen, ask questions, and let the universe guide you. The universe will always have the answer for you. It's just you trying to meet your highest best self and understand your inner child at the same time. Welcome, Phil and Macy and Jasmine and Eileen. Align your life and get grounded. How did I know that was going to... That's what you're doing right now. You're going back through, you're understanding what you've already overcome. So you don't have to, it's not a hinder anymore. No, you didn't. I will be doing Aries, I think maybe next. Right now this is Sagittarius. If I can do one more today, I'll do Aries next. What time is it? 11:22. I might get Aries done. Sorry about it. I can't co-host right now. But maybe next time. No, I don't want to accept. Sorry, I'm trying to get these figured out. But you're aligning your life. You're getting centered. You're understanding what you've already overcome. And instead of letting it break you down, right? fragment you, make you feel scattered, you're pulling all the pieces back together. And even if it looks a little jagged right now, it's because you're mid-alignment. You're understanding, you're learning how to put it back together, and you're taking the lessons and you're using them as fire to move forward. You're using them as a space that allows you to say, I'm here, I love myself, and if I keep showing up like this, the next step, I've already learned this much from the past, and I know these lessons, so if I step out, I'm already better, stronger, faster, more compassionate, smarter, and there was 11:22 on the clock when I said that. And then getting grounded, learning how to do that. And I'm going to tell you, and I don't care what anybody says in this entire world, the best way to do that is go put your feet in some grass. Go put your feet in some grass. If it's snowing and you can't do that, get a plant. Sit by the plant. Talk to your plant. I'm going to show you. I have this plant. Actually, it was a gift. Somebody gave it to me for Christmas, and I talk to it every day. I don't know if you can see it. It was a beautiful gift, and because I get kind of sad in the winter when it's cold. It hasn't been so bad because there hasn't been that much snow, so I can still go put my feet in the grass. Even if it's cold, and even if it's for a few minutes, I'm telling you, it will take the anger out of you. It will take headaches, literal headaches. If you feel sick, if you feel dizzy, put your feet in the grass. The universe will literally pull, the earth will pull that out of there. I know they do. It's beautiful, eh? It made me so happy. And my daughter and I say good morning to it every morning. How are you? You know, we're humming throughout the day. We're happy. It's just that's aligning your life. That's understanding all of the great things. And knowing that every day is a new opportunity. And that's what's going on here. You're not, Sagittarius is you're not hindering yourself anymore. You're understanding that every step you take forward is coming from learned lessons. It's coming from a place of, I've already overcome that. Welcome, Anna, and the Nail Fairy. Welcome. You're learning what feeds your inner light, what brings you joy, and how to find that grounded space while you're actually overcome all this stuff, but you're celebrating it. You're not looking at it like, I'm tired and all these things, because we get tired too, let's be honest. But you now understanding, but why would I be tired and why would I be punishing myself? Because I've overcome this. I've already won. I've done this. Look what I learned. Look how much better I am. Look how much better I show up. Look how much kinder I am, right? There's a huge array of all the things that you've already learned. And when you treat yourself as such, then when you move forward, it's a lot easier. Welcome, Nikki and Viking. All right, can I have one for my Sagittarius? What do we got? Weight of the world. Yeah, you're letting go. Okay, I'm reading this one. Because it's exactly what I feel. You're let it go. That's what you're learning. You're letting go of the past stuff. You're not letting it hold you back. And you're understanding exactly where you're at. So these are things that can kind of help you do that. We're taking the good from the past, taking it with us, and we're letting go of all the shit. Welcome, Earth, Wind, and Air? Or just Earth and Wind. I love it. Weight of the world. Sorry, I've got to find numbers here. 124. So look up Angel 124. There's going to be an extra message in there for you. Look, I flipped right to it. Okay. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. This is what you're doing. You're actually learning to let go of that past stuff and learning to take the good. I'm really proud of you. This is going to just give you a little explanation on what you're letting go, on how you're letting it go. And then I'm going to read that card back to you so you understand how this is falling in line and how it's taking place. Welcome, Lily and Pav. All right. You don't need to carry it all. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty and bogged down by the weight of the world. This card is a reminder to look after your own well-being before anyone else's, to stop carrying the world's problems on your shoulders, to put your own oxygen mask on first. In these changing times, it's not hard to feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet. However, you can't take on its problems from a place of energetic depletion. Amen. You can pin it? I don't know what that means. Sorry. Okay, this card is thanking you for caring so much. You want to build a better world and ease the road for others, and that's incredible. but the way you've been doing it is likely unsustainable. This isn't to say you should switch off to the world's problems and become unconscious. Rather, it's a call to establish clear boundaries so you're not constantly taken out energetically. The planet needs you to be healthy, both physically and emotionally. So instead of digesting the news or reaching for your phone as soon as you wake up, show up first to a nourishing practice such as meditation. And I'm going to stop right there. If you can't meditate for 15, 20 minutes, an hour, don't punish yourself. It's a quick 2 minutes. How am I feeling today? Checking in. How's my body feeling? Do I have energy? Am I tired? Is there something that maybe I can change my schedule around and do something a little differently so I can boost that energy or save that energy for the task, the harder task that I know I have to do? Welcome, Michelle. So it's not about meditating for 25 minutes or a half hour. And if you get to that point, that's fantastic. But don't punish yourself or hinder yourself if you're not there. Closing your eyes peacefully and just checking in with yourself, how you feel, is going to do amazing. It's going to do so much more greatness than you can imagine. Don't hold yourself to somebody else's standards. 1 minute, 2 minutes. The next day, try 3. A little bit at a time. The more you do it, the better you get at it. But start small. Don't put yourself up for failure. Sorry, I had to say that because meditation is one of my struggles too. I've had to be hyper independent all my life. I've had to do everything myself with no help, and learning how to let things go and sit with yourself and understand that even those small steps, showing up for yourself, and if you get to do it a couple different times a day, that's fantastic. It all counts and it all adds up. So even when it says meditation, don't hold yourself to some standard like the yoga master or any of those things. Start small, check in with yourself, and understand that that is enough. And the next day it'll be a little better, and maybe you get to do it twice that day. Maybe you get 3 times that day. It's about doing what you need to do, a little bit at a time, and don't hold yourself to anybody's standards but your own. All right, now that I'm done my little rant. All right. Nourishing practice such as meditation, soul inquiry, deep breathing, or exercising in nature. Once you're in a state of grace and your inner well is full, you can face the day, the state of the world, and care for others. And at the day's end, take an energetic shower by emptying out anything that's not yours to carry. You can pick it up again the next morning if you so choose. But if you give yourself time and space, to rejuvenate and rest, what are you carrying that isn't even yours? And that's literally what it is. And most times it is somebody else's expectation. You're already learning and understanding that you're celebrating the things you've overcome. You're checking in with yourself. You're learning how to do the things that kind of fill your soul, that give you those little energy boost ups. But the most important thing is when you're looking at the past, you're not carrying the weight of the world. You're not carrying all that stuff anymore. You're saying, I overcame that. I celebrated it. I'm going to take what I need to help me move forward and benefit myself. But I'm not holding on to any of the other stuff because it's not mine to carry, right? And the more you carry everyone else's weight, you're getting weighed down, and people are stomping all over you to get to the top, and you don't even realize it, and a lot of them don't realize it either. So we're not going to hold any hindrance or upset with them. But when we begin to understand that people do that because it's survival mode, and it's how we carry ourselves, it's how we hold on, because we don't know a better way. I went 40 years of my life, and I didn't even know there was a better way. I knew there was a better way, but I didn't know how to get there. I didn't understand. And everything to me was, you got to pay this big money and go do this, and you got to pay this, and you got to pay that. And I didn't have access to that. So I don't deserve to be healthy. I don't deserve to understand. I don't deserve, no. And that was a big thing that held me back for a long time. This is why when I share these and I tell you, it's free. It's literally free, especially these days, the days of the internet. We're not gatekeeping information anymore. At least I'm not. And I may not have all the answers, but I know what worked for me. And you clearly are learning and understanding what worked for you, right? You're beginning to see, I made it this far by myself with no help. Of course you've had help. You've had your spirit team. You've had God. You've had your ancestors. You've had the universe. You've had help. You just weren't aware of it, right? But now that you're aware of it and you kind of understand it a little more, it's a little bit easier to say, okay, I'm going to trust a little bit more. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. This brings me joy, absolutely. And that's all I want people to do, is find what brings them joy. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be this. I make my teas. You can always go to my website. It's creativelyguided.ca. You can check out all my teas, my alignment bundles, my healing rituals. And they say rituals, but really, it's just a big word to say checking in with yourself. Just showing up and sending yourself a little bit of love and being present for just a moment. Not worrying about what's going on in the future, not worrying about what happened in the past. You're learning how to be present. You can't get, you got 2. Unique gifts and stepping through. Also, angel number 55, that's a double one. Clarity, angel number 55 is a big one for you guys. You're getting clarity with your transformation. You're starting to understand it. This is a big card. It's a big understanding because it takes time and it takes showing up. Welcome, Adam and Had Enough. You're starting to understand what you've already overcome, right? So now you're stepping through. That's exactly what it is. You're trusting, you're understanding, you're learning how to align yourself, you're learning how to pep yourself up. You're really doing good with that, but you're getting the clarity. That's the angel number 55. And then you're starting to understand that we all have unique gifts. Every single one of us has a unique gift. We may not always know what it is, but the best way to find out is what brings me joy, what makes me happy, right? When you step through and you start trusting and using all that you've learned for the good and stepping through, moving forward, that's when all of those things start to come to light. You start to see them, you start to trust them, you let go of all the negative and you carry only the good. I'm going to read this one because it's actually a really good one. And it was angel number 55 and 47 is the stepping through. So this one's clarity and transformation, all kinds of good stuff, but angel number 47 is really good too. And those ones, when I give them to you, it's because you can always go and look them up. And I can promise you, if you go look up the angel numbers, the ones that I list, and you do your own little homework, I can almost guarantee you that there's going to be an answer to something that you've been questioning. There's going to be a worry. There's going to be something to help you step forward and release things, let it go, to give you clarity, especially angel number 55. That will give you a lot of clarity. It's a really great one. Oh yeah, angel number. Page number 55. Maybe? All right. Your superpowers, a sense of purpose, the meaning behind your quirks, exploring your interests and shortcomings as unique, undiscovered skills. All those things you've struggled with all your life. I'm going to go on a rant again. Sorry, Sag. All those things that you've struggled with all your life. All those things that you've been shy, ashamed, scared, worried for people to see, understand, or to judge you for are almost certainly your strongest gifts. Those quirks, those things that you feel weird or shy or unsure about, those are your gifts, or those lead you to strengthening your gifts. They're going to be the biggest, best part of you. And when you learn to share that and just be yourself and learn to own it, understand it, so that you're not scared of it, so you don't fear it, so you don't fear what people think, say, or feel about you, and you care about how you think, feel, or speak about yourself. You don't have to show them to everyone. At some point you will. It's learning to be confident in them. It's learning to understand them as they are and say, I don't need to be ashamed of them. That's what the things that... So you got to remember, this card is a big deal. It's a very big deal because you're learning what you've already overcome. So that means along the way, you've had to have pain, you've had trauma, you've had grief, you've had joy, you've had upset. Okay, what of all that did you learn? Every single step of that way, you've learned something along the way. You've been following your path since you were born and you didn't even know, right? And when you were a child, you were following it more clearly and more authentically because you didn't have the programming. You didn't have someone else's judgment. You didn't have school programs. You didn't have media. You didn't have all those things holding you back. You didn't have somebody telling you those quirks were bad or scary or weird or bothered them, right? You didn't have any of those things. Now you have all those programs and you're trying to you have to unlearn them, and it's really sad because it took so long to pile it on you. Now you have to learn to peel it back and understand that every bit of you is beautiful. Every bit of you deserves to be heard, seen, and loved for exactly who you are. You're worthy. You were born inherently worthy. It doesn't matter how many times you F up along the way. Okay? The universe is going to guide you back to love. And if you're checking in with yourself and learning and showing up and trying to do the work, every single step of the way, you've overcome. You've won. You're still here, which means you have a new chance to do better. And start loving these gifts. Start loving them and sharing them. You don't have to show the whole world, but you can let those people that are close to you. Trust yourself. But it's like a flower, right? A flower opens up, and it doesn't matter how they look. They're not afraid of what someone's going to say to them. They just open up in all their glory, and this is me. This is what you get. Like it or not, it's not my business. I'm here doing my job. I'm doing me. I'm living my life. That's what that flower says, right? And that's what we're trying to teach people and get people to say. Just be your best self. All right, let me read this before I go on another rant. I passionately believe that we all have gifts to bring to the world. If we all did what we truly excelled in and enjoyed our talents and abilities, would enable our communities and our planet to thrive. What would the world be like if each person contributed from a place of overflowing enjoyment without obligation? Where would we be if the jigsaw pieces came together for a diverse and complementary reality, free from prejudice or competition? Some of us have already discovered or remembered what we feel we are here to do. Others are still seeking or just starting to consider this idea. Your inspiration may come as a message in a vision or a dream. It may be something others have recognized in you for a long time. It may come from a deep resonance with something you are yet to try. You may be concerned it will affect or transform your current lifestyle. Your gift or purpose may be something you enjoyed immensely as a child but did not bring into your adult life. Perhaps there is an array of shoulds holding you from what you love doing. Hold on. Sorry, more spam calls. Holding you back from what you love doing. When there is enjoyment in what you do, you can give more to it, way beyond your usual capacity. It lights you up when you think about it, talk about it, and you need less in your life as you are fulfilled through doing it. Holy hell, I can't read today, sorry. Welcome, Ashley and Adnan. All right, when you don't do it, you might feel ungrounded or low in energy. If you haven't connected with your purpose, look at your quirks and what they are telling you. You may struggle with some things because your mind works differently in these areas. Things you may have considered shortcomings might be the qualities that enable your gifts. I struggle with dyslexia, and my synesthesia is so strong that there was always a process of translation when I went outside, learned, or socialized communication. I had to decipher concepts and thoughts from luminescent abstract images that amplified the more energy there was behind them. It was quite frustrating, as I felt it made me seem unintelligent. The words I could muster felt inferior to the information I was experiencing. The time it took to translate meant much was lost, so I would often give up mid-sentence. However, this non-linear way of navigating reality was perfect for energy healing and traversing realms. When I discovered painting, these skills were even more helpful. I then realized I could explain everything in a visual way that included the flow and color of a feeling, and somehow people all over the world seem to understand. The meaning of this card. And I mean, look at these cards. The author of this deck, Izzy Ivy, painted every single one of these. Every single word, was done with care, with absolute care and intention. And look at the paintings. You can't tell me that what started as something you couldn't understand, synesthesia, the colors, the not understanding how to process it or even explain it, turned into just such beautiful artwork. Because we don't always need words to understand and to explain, right? And then the meaning of this card. What makes you unique? Any quirks that you feel are shortcomings could be the key to your superpowers. Look for the positive sides of your oddities and traits. How would you like to spend more time? Are there things you would like to try or feel a pull to explore? Now is the time to follow these whispers. You never know how transformational they may be. Right now, you've understood, I've made it this far. And all of those things, the good, the bad, the ugly, I've made it. You're trusting your path. You're stepping through. You're understanding what you need to carry, what you need to let go. And you're starting to see your gifts, because that's what they are. Those oddities, those things that you kind of feel worried about, or you try to hide because you're afraid if people saw that they're going to make fun of you or they're going to not love you. Thank you. That's really sweet. Welcome, Alice. I appreciate that. These things are what make us special. Every single person on this planet has this gift. You have 1, 2, 20, 30. You have more than you can possibly imagine. But when you start celebrating them instead of hiding them, you allow yourself the space. And Sagittarius, that's what you're doing. I'm letting go of all the crap. I'm only carrying and understanding I've overcome, I've survived to this point. And if I survived to this point, my good, my bad, my ugly all matters. Because you didn't get to good without going through the bad and the ugly. And every single time you overcome something, you're going to have to go through the good, the bad, the ugly. And usually it's like the bad, the ugly before it gets good. Right? And these unique gifts, these talents, they're what got you there. They're 1,000% what got you there. That little thing that when you had to cry it out in the corner and there was no one there to hold you, this little gift, this little thing that you had that made you feel that much better, that you didn't want anyone to ever see 11:44 on the clock. Amen, Spirit. That thing that you never want people to see, that's your gift. And when you start owning it and understanding it and loving it and celebrating it, it doesn't become a hindrance. It's not something to be ashamed about. I come on and I talk how I talk. There's much more readers out there. They do their thing and they do a great job. And I love them to death. There's Reiki masters. There's all kinds of things. And I love them. And I admire them so much. But I could never compete with them. But why would I compete? Why would I want to? Because my job, call it what you want. My job is to let you know, no matter where you are, how high or how low on the totem pole, if we don't come back to basics and we forget these small little things, these simple little tools, these absolute things that we've already mastered, we've overcome, we've celebrated, if we don't remember them, if we don't come back to that and understand that, we're going to get prideful. We're going to go through things where something hurts our ego or where something makes us feel like we're struggling. But at the same time, when we learn to peel that back and say, hey, I've already overcome everything. I already know. I know. I'm learning that, wait a minute, that ego, all that other stuff. Sorry, I lost my card. All that other stuff that we're holding on to, where did it go? There it is the weight of the world. It's not our problem. It's not your problem. You're letting go of all that stuff that's not yours to carry. You're understanding exactly what you've overcome. You're celebrating it. You're not using it as a hindrance, as a weight to bear you down. Because you learned how to master it, and you have mastered it. Because if you're still here today, that means you've overcome it. And if you're in the middle of it, you're still here, you're actively overcoming it. You're not drowning in it, you're overcoming it. And you're going to speak that into the world. I'm not drowning in it anymore. I'm not letting it weigh me down. I've mastered everything else, so what's going to happen here? I'm going to master it just like I did everything else. Sagittarius, you guys got it. It's coming. You got it. You're becoming confident. You've got that. You've got the ability to see that those unique gifts build your confidence. They actually help you. They strengthen you. And you're not letting it. You're saying, I'm not carrying anything else. I'm learning to own those unique gifts. I'm going to do what brings me joy and makes me happy. And along the way, what's going to happen? You're going to remember everything you mastered, and you're going to celebrate it because you're winning. You're actively winning every single day because you're breathing. And if you made a dumb choice, are you going to beat yourself up? No, you're going to be like, that must have been a lesson I needed to learn. So let's take a moment and remember, I mastered everything else. So obviously, let's sit back, and usually your unique gift is the thing that's going to teach you the lesson. So start checking in with it. Find ways to get creative. Find ways to honor it. Find ways to show up, and you're doing that. I'm really proud of you because it's a really hard thing to do. Being your authentic self is probably one of the hardest things some people can do. Ooh, I love when I get confirmation. You start seeing sevens everywhere, this is what it means. My Sagittarius, you got this. Perseverance. Confirmation. Perseverance. You've overcome everything all along the way. You've overcome. You're celebrating it. You're not saying the weight of the world anymore. I've overcome it. I'm letting go of the crap. I've been persevering. I haven't stopped. I will check for you and just give me 1 second as soon as I've done this. Give me 2 seconds. What's your name? Lenka? Welcome. Yes, give me 2 minutes. As soon as I'm done talking this, I will check in with both of you. And I might come back and just do some card pulls here in a minute when I'm done this one. So we got 777. You start seeing that number everywhere, start checking in. Just start checking in. Perseverance, perspective shift, reflection, resilience, inner wisdom, enlightenment, determination. Now is the time to shift your perspective on the challenges that currently dominate your life. To achieve success, continue on your path with determination. Tap into your inner wisdom and you will intuitively know the right next step to take. You've already been overcoming it. You've already won. You've mastered every single way you've come. You've figured it out. You're not carrying any more stuff. You've been persevering this whole entire time. Now you're just learning how to celebrate it. You guys are doing really well. I have to get 2 affirmation cards and then I will answer your questions. To the best of my ability. I can't promise all the right answers. Okay, so we got 2. I release my need to be right, and I am defenseless and at peace. We're not at war with ourselves anymore. Right or wrong, we know we're going to learn a lesson. And when we learn what that lesson is, we know we can move forward in strength, in confidence, and with more compassion for ourselves and others. Because if we screw up and we know we have to be compassionate to ourselves, of course we're going to be more compassionate to other people. Why? Because automatically we know that they're just screwed up like we have. We all screw up. It's going to happen. We're not going to punish them for the rest of their lives. And then I seek out happy people who inspire me to be great. Speak it into the universe. I promise you, the universe will send you those people. The universe will absolutely walk them right up to your door. Say, you wanted it. Here you go. All right. And then we got, I allow serenity to reign in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to, honor, and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. I'm going to actually come back for another live and I'll do Aries. I separate them like that so it's easier to post to my YouTube because that way you can go back and watch all of them. So, but I will come back and do Aries. I think I have time. I'm going to answer some questions here in a second. Inner strength. Nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. Complete confidence in myself because I've already mastered everything I've already had to go through. Welcome, Michelle and Pix. Okay, I realize my innate qualities and abilities, and I know that with God I can do anything. All the power I need is within me. Choice, and we got one more. I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. And then we have transformation. I am constantly evolving. I improve inwardly by working on my weaknesses and refining my strengths. And using your strengths to refine those weaknesses is so much easier once you understand that. Life ensures I am presented with situations that will help me learn and grow. I am aware of my progress and open my wings to the light. Okay. That's what I have for my Sagittarius. But I'm going to answer these questions quickly because I know people just want, and maybe I'll come tomorrow and maybe I'll do one of my lives, just straight card pulls and ask the people. Because I know some people just have questions and I can give advice and stuff. But I also need you to understand that any advice I give, even with the cards, your choice is going to choose the energy, right? So I could tell you all the bad things in the world or all the things to worry about in the world. And if you make a different choice, you immediately change the energy. So it's always going to be entirely up to you, right? Welcome, Akko Swell. Okay, so it was Alice asked a question, and who was the other one? I'm sorry. I'll see. As soon as I see you, I will. I'm going to answer those 2 questions, and then I will come back and I will do Aries just for you, Bosco. It'll be about 5 minutes in between. What was your question, Alice? And what was the other lady? I'm sorry, I missed it. I'm not sure. Are you guys still here? Lenka. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to see. I don't see them. Alice, are you still here? Why am I not sleeping lately? I could give you 1,000 reasons. I had the same problem sometimes. Where are you living? You don't have to tell me your address, but is it cold temperature change? Is it really hot there? Also, if you're not sleeping, Nova Scotia, so it's cold, probably extremely cold, which means you probably have the heat on high or quite high, which means it's a lot drier in there. It's also going to, the sound of the heater, the furnace, the air circulating, that's dry air. That's definitely unhealthy. Drinking less water because it's cold, so you're not going to drink as much as you would in the summer. Probably eating a lot more, I don't want to say fattening food, but more comfort food and less salads and stuff. When your diet changes, your sleeping habits definitely change. Yeah, water is a huge thing. I can ask, but I don't think it's gonna. What does it say? Overindulgence, gossiping, lack of social life. So you haven't been getting out either. I'm gonna guess, right? Like you haven't been out. You haven't been hanging out with friends. You haven't been. It's winter, so there's no judgment whatsoever. But all these things. Right, you're right. Nobody wants to go out in the cold and hang out. And I mean that with love. And there's lots of people that do. So I'm not saying that in a judgmental way. But you got to remember, all of these things, they're small things. Water, diet change, the heat being on. So the air you're breathing isn't the same as fresh air, right? You're not getting enough sunlight. Adding a little bit of vitamin D, extra vitamin D would definitely help. I'm not a doctor, but... sun deficiency is a big thing. We all need a humidifier, especially when the heat's on, right? Because it dries out the air. I find my voice gets a little scratchier. But the meals, you're not eating as much salads and vegetables. You're eating probably a little more processed food. You're not getting out and seeing your friends as much. Even maybe get a phone call. Call a couple of your closest friends and have them for dinner, or go to their house, or meet up somewhere. That small change. Also, this used to help me. So again, I'm not a doctor. I can only give advice that has worked for me. If it doesn't work for you, I'm sorry, but I'm not suggesting going to a tanning bed all the time. But every once in a while, when you're feeling low on energy, it's not vitamin D, but it is helpful. And now they have the tanning beds that have the red light, so you're not so much tanning, but you're still getting that that feeling. And for me, I don't even know how much of it was the vitamin D or anything like that. It was more that warm feeling, that absolute warmth, and that 10 minutes or 12 minutes you're in the tanning bed allows you the space to clear your mind, right? Yeah, is it red light therapy? I think that's what it's called. But I find myself usually about halfway, 3/4 of the way through the winter, I start to feel really low energy, no matter what I do. Absolutely, no matter what I do. And going there, 2 or 3 times through the winter can absolutely help raise your energy levels. It can, it's like, you don't have to go all the time, and it's probably not healthy to go all the time. But now that they have the red light one, it really helps. And I was looking, they actually have a red light, I want to say a face mask or a thing where it will just shine on you. And I've been thinking about looking into that, and I think maybe that's a gift. You could invest in yourself. I think that those things will help. But start with more water. Call a couple of friends. Go out. Fresh air. I don't care if it's a walk in the park. Go, I don't know how cold it is there, how snowy it is, but put your feet in the soil if you can. If you can't, Go talk to your plant. Sit by your plant. Go sit by a tree. Even just leaning up against a tree, you would be surprised what it will do. It will take the energy, the badness out of there. Yeah, it's supposed to have so many health benefits, but it also helps boost that energy, right? It allows you to relax. But I know the whole tanning bed for me, I think the thing was, it was that warmth. It was like that warm hug, right? And then, I don't know. That works for me. I would definitely try it. But I saw the social part. That was the card that came out, which is where did I put it? I probably shuffled it back in. Yeah, but it was upside down. It just means you're not being social enough. Yeah, like because it's a release. It's a peaceful space, right? So I would try it. Drink more water and force yourself. I'm not. It sucks because I do the same thing when it's cold. I don't drink enough water. I'm always giving myself trouble. You know, get one of those mugs. I kid you not. The one that says, you know, you got to drink your 8 ounces or your 10 ounces. Welcome, Shamal. Thank you. And Ford, Mister, welcome. Get the big one and be like, I'm going to drink this sucker by the end of this day. Add a tiny pinch of Himalayan salt and maybe a squeeze of lemon. That will help. It will help your body absorb it. So even when you're drinking less of it, it will absorb more into your system. So you won't be as dehydrated. That will definitely help you. Yeah, but if you add a little bit of salt and just a squeeze of lemon, like I'm not talking, we're not making salt water, but like a tiny pinch of it to it, it becomes electrolyte. So even when you're drinking less, it absorbs into your cells and gets spread out through your body, which will by far make you less dehydrated, which you will absolutely sleep more. Also, a bath soak. Take 20 minutes and soak in your bathtub before you go to bed. Right before you go to bed, lay out. Like I have my Abundance bath soak. It's not up on my website yet for sale. It will be by February, but it's just bath salts. It's got magnesium and lavender and all kinds of good stuff. Take 20 minutes, right? And at the end, light some candles. Turn the lights out. Put on some soothing music and just lay down. I promise you, you'll get into bed and you will be out in 10 minutes. It's little things, but the diet and that small get-together with friends, a small social outing, even if it's for an hour, going to meet for lunch, I'm telling you, it will boost your mood like 500 times. It will absolutely boost your mood. You'll be so happy about it. And those things really, your mood, your energy, it changes a lot. And that allows you to sleep better. And you have better dreams, too. So, I don't know. I think we lost the other one. I was going to answer for them, but I don't mind doing card pulls. I will come back. I'm going to do, if I get off here now, I can come back in about 5 minutes, and I got to just cleanse the energy and stuff. So, and then I'll do Aries for you, Bosco. Those are ideas. I would start with those, and then if things start feeling, still out of whack, then I would start looking into melatonin, but I don't take any of that stuff. I always worry. Melatonin is made in our body, so it's not a hindrance, but all those things, they have so much additives in them. I actually make a tincture. I'm waiting for, apparently in Canada, you have to have, through the NNHPD, even though my brand, my tincture is done, you have to get the sticker that says that you're following all of the guidelines, which obviously when we're making them, we're following the guidelines. But I have them made. I've been making them. I just can't sell them until I get that little sticker. And unfortunately, government bureaucracy is crazy. But if I, soon, hopefully when I get that sticker, remind me and I'll send you a small one of the Sleepy Time tincture, the stress relief. Those things really help. A lot of lavender is always helpful. Chamomile. My gratitude tea I used to drink before bed all the time. Hold on, I'll get it and I'll show you. This is the small teas that I make. I make them in small, medium, and large, right? But this is just gratitude tea. It's orange. It's a whole bunch of different fruits. It's chamomile. It's all herbal. They come with a little presents ritual. Yeah, I keep them small. These are $13. They're not crazy. There's about 50 servings or more in here. And then they go up to 200 servings. These are little jars, but I'm trying to find the little packages so that they're easier to ship and stuff like that. But working on it. I just started my business in October. I've been building it for a while, but it's coming. It's slow but steady. We'll get there. But find whatever works for you and start with those little suggestions that I had, and let me know. I'm going to be on here all week. I'm doing all these, and I have my content right now, accountability without self-punishment, that starts Friday. I do a lot of lives on here, and if you missed them, you can go to my YouTube at Creativity Guides Me, and you can always find the replays, and you can go to my website. Where is it? Creatively Guided. I know it shows up backwards. creativelyguided.ca. Just look for that logo. You'll know it's me. And that's where I got all my healing journals, all kinds of good stuff there. I'm going to get off here for my Sagittarius. Hopefully tonight will be better. Oh, I know what it's like. And when you're overtired, it's going to be a lot harder. So, try looking for a tea, or if you have it, not tea, not a dark tea. You want an herbal tea. Something small. Have a bath. Make the bath a little extra warm. Not hot. Not crazy hot. We're not trying to cook you, but start with small stuff. Some lavender bath salts will also help in there. I really do. I hope you get some good sleep. It will come. I live with Epsom salts, and because I made my abundance bath soak, I made a whole bunch, but then I made this big bin for me, and I'm like, that one's mine, and I use it almost every single time, so when I have my baths. All right, I'm going to get off here. My Sagittarius, you got a lot of good things coming. You're celebrating all the things now that I've been sidetracked. You're learning what you've overcome, right? You're understanding that your perseverance and that you've already won every single way along the way, and you're trusting in your path. You're trusting your transformation and knowing that no matter where you go, the lessons will come. Alice, I hope it works. I hope they help. Let me know. I'll be on here. Come back. I'll keep my eye out for you. I'll be back in 5 minutes or so, and I will do Aries for you, Bosco. Not just for you, for all my Aries, but because you requested it, I will come back and do it. All right. My Saggies, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. And I'll be back shortly for Aries.